Have you ever found yourself utterly captivated by a historical event, particularly one that promises both dazzling innovation and, well, a chilling mystery at its heart?
Mm-hmm.
Well, today you've handed us a stack of sources that do just that, and we're ready to unpack a truly remarkable story.
Yeah, this one's a biggie.
We're diving deep into Erik Larson's acclaimed historical nonfiction book, The Devil in the White City: Murder, Magic, and Madness at the Fair That Changed America.
A classic of the genre, really.
Exactly. Our mission is basically to extract the most important nuggets of knowledge and insight from your provided sources, helping you become well-informed on this captivating blend of Gilded Age ambition and, well, hidden horror.
It's quite the blend.
It really is. Larson's book is famously set in Chicago during the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition, and it tells this incredible dual narrative.
Right.
On one side, we follow Daniel Burnham, the visionary architect tasked with creating the magnificent White City that just captivated the world.
A monumental undertaking.
And on the other, lurking in the shadows, is H.H. Holmes, a charming yet utterly sinister figure, widely considered America's first serial killer.
What's truly masterful about Larson's approach, I think, is how he takes these two seemingly disparate stories, one of soaring human ambition and the other of, chilling depravity, and weaves them together.
Right, they feel connected.
Exactly. He doesn't just tell two parallel histories. He shows how they profoundly shape each other, revealing the incredible light and shadow of a pivotal moment in American history.
Yeah.
It's historical nonfiction, sure, but he presents it with the immersive power of a novel, making the true events feel incredibly immediate and dramatic.
It's a compelling setup, isn't it? So let's start with the sheer audacity behind the White City itself.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago winning the bid for the 1893 World's Fair was just monumental.
Yeah.
They actually beat out powerful rivals like New York, Washington, St. Louis. This wasn't just about hosting an event. It was like a desperate quest for civic pride, a chance to shed its image as a hog-slaughtering, dirty, and dangerous town. They were really out to make a statement to the entire world.
And that statement was vital for American identity at the time. I mean, if we connect this to the bigger picture, this fair became Chicago's ultimate chance to assert itself as a sophisticated, modern city, demonstrating American ingenuity to the world. Remember, this came right on the heels of Paris unveiling the Eiffel Tower at its own exposition just a few years prior.
Oh, right, the pressure.
The pressure was immense, yeah. To prove America could not only compete, but maybe even surpass European grandeur.
And what a challenge it turned out to be. They chose Daniel Burnham, the lead architect, to be the director of works. He famously lived by the motto, "Make no little plans."
A perfect motto for the job.
But facing him was nothing short of a Herculean task. I mean, the sources detailed the challenges.
Right.
A ridiculously short timeline, just a few scant months to organize everything.
Unbelievable.
Followed by the devastating death of his partner and closest friend, John Root. How did he even begin to tackle such immense hurdles while still maintaining such a grand vision?
Well, that's really the crux of his leadership, isn't it? The death of Root wasn't just a personal tragedy. It basically ripped the creative heart out of the project at a critical juncture.
Right.
Burnham had to instantly shift from being, a collaborative visionary to a singular, relentless force.
Yeah.
And beyond that personal blow, he was wrestling with just a snake pit of bureaucracy.
Oh, I bet.
Bickering architects, countless delays that would crush lesser men. His no little plans wasn't just about the scale of buildings. It was a call to ignore the impossible and push forward, inspiring a team to believe in something truly extraordinary against all odds.
Absolutely. It speaks to an almost unimaginable resilience. And beyond the human drama, they faced endless practical problems. I mean, a major fire threatened the site. There were difficulties engineering safe, yet grand buildings, a constant lack of funds, those brutal Chicago winters.
You can't forget the weather.
No way. Union strikes, worker injuries, even initial poor structural designs. All of this was set against the backdrop of a severe economic downturn, the Panic of 1893, and widespread bank failures. It just sounds like a constant battle.
It absolutely was. It was a project that constantly teetered on the brink of collapse. The economic depression in particular created this climate of desperation.
Yeah.
It meant fewer available funds, a workforce often teetering on poverty, and just this gnawing anxiety that could have easily derailed such an ambitious undertaking. Yet somehow, out of that chaos and pressure, Burnham's team delivered something truly spectacular.
And spectacular it was. The vision of the White City itself was astounding. Huge neoclassical buildings, all painted a brilliant white, soaring into the sky, giving the appearance of a fantasy from another time, reflecting on sparkling Lake Michigan. And Frederick Law Olmsted, the legendary landscape architect, was in charge of park design.
The man behind Central Park.
Exactly. And he insisted on natural greenery to complete this idyllic, almost utopian picture.
And that aesthetic was more than just beauty. It was a deliberate statement, wasn't it? It projected an image of order, purity, and classical achievement in a rapidly industrializing America.
Good point.
It was designed to uplift and inspire, to show that even a city like Chicago, known for its grit and chaos, could produce something truly refined. It was, in many ways, an idealized version of American identity at the turn of the century.
Beyond the sheer scale and aesthetic, the fair was just a hotbed of innovation. Some amazing firsts were introduced there. Can you believe it gave us the world's first Ferris wheel?
Right. Answer to the Eiffel Tower.
Exactly. That was a direct challenge. We also saw the first public observance of the Pledge of Allegiance. But perhaps most crucially, it established alternating current, or AC, as the industry standard for electricity distribution.
Huge.
Thanks to Nikola Tesla's demonstrations. What was the impact of that particular innovation? Can we even overstate it?
Oh, that's a profound nugget right there.
Yeah.
The triumph of AC meant power could be efficiently transmitted over long distances. It effectively lit up not just the fair, but really set the stage for the electrification of America.
Wow.
It represented a fundamental shift from direct current, enabling industrial expansion and transforming daily life in ways we still benefit from today. It was a massive win for modern infrastructure. Just massive.
Mind-boggling to think about. And get this. Many iconic foods and products we still use today made their debut there.
Yeah.
Like the hamburger.
No way.
Yeah. The zipper, shredded wheat, Cracker Jack.
Cracker Jack.
And even juicy fruit gum. This raises an important question, like you said before. How many things we take for granted today actually have their roots in this one spectacular event?
It's incredible to consider, isn't it? The fair wasn't just showcasing existing technology. It was a launch pad for consumer goods and cultural practices that became, ingrained in American life.
Right.
It essentially gave a massive global platform to these nascent ideas, accelerating their adoption and weaving them into the fabric of daily existence. It transformed invention into accessible reality.
It really did.
Yeah.
And the fair attracted a veritable who's who of notable figures who visited or participated. Nikola Tesla, as we mentioned, President Benjamin Harrison, Walt Disney's father.
Really? Walt Disney's dad?
Yeah. And even Buffalo Bill Cody, whose Wild West show was a massive hit just outside the fairgrounds because he wasn't allowed inside.
Ah, classic.
So it truly was a moment where the world converged, both officially and unofficially.
Indeed. The guest list reads like a historical roll call. It wasn't just about entertainment. It was a meeting point for intellectuals, innovators, politicians from around the globe. The fair facilitated conversations and connections that would influence everything from art and architecture to engineering and international relations for decades to come.
Okay, but now, here's where it gets really interesting and, frankly, profoundly chilling. The turn. Yeah. While all this dazzling progress and utopian vision was unfolding, a far darker, almost unthinkable story unfolded in the same city. We shift from the grand vision of Daniel Burnham to the sinister shadow of Dr. Herman Webster Mudgett.
H.H. Holmes.
Better known to history as H.H. Holmes, he's widely considered the first serial killer in the United States.
The juxtaposition is truly stark, isn't it? That creates the central tension of Larson's book. Holmes was a handsome, charming man with mesmerizing blue eyes, a classic con man,
Right.
who possessed an uncanny ability to seduce and manipulate his victims. He was, in essence, a wolf in sheep's clothing, operating with chilling effectiveness beneath the very surface of Chicago's celebratory atmosphere.
It's terrifying.
It really underscores the idea that darkness can thrive precisely where people are most distracted by light.
And he built his own horrifying monument to his depravity. The World's Fair Hotel, located conveniently near the fairgrounds, which was later nicknamed the Murder Castle.
Chilling name.
This wasn't just any hotel. It was an elaborately constructed labyrinth of sinister features. Secret rooms, torture chambers, gas chambers, walk-in vaults, designed specifically for keeping people in.
Oh my God.
Surgical dissection tables, acid pits, lime picks, and a slick chute to the basement where a kiln, acid, and lime pits awaited. He even had access to a big furnace to cremate bodies.
Jeez.
Every detail was planned for murder and efficient body disposal. It sounds like something straight out of a horror movie.
It was precisely that, a meticulously designed killing machine masquerading as a hospitality establishment. What's particularly chilling is how he leveraged the anonymity and transient nature of the fair.
Right, all those people coming and going.
Exactly. Thousands of people flocked to Chicago, many of them young women seeking opportunity and independence. Holmes exploited their hope and vulnerability, creating a perfect hunting ground where disappearances might go unnoticed amidst the sheer volume of visitors.
That's awful.
His hotel is just this horrifying parody of the fair's grand buildings, built with similar ambition but for the darkest possible purpose.
He primarily targeted women, especially young women, new to Chicago, using his charisma and the fair's allure as his hunting ground. He was also deeply involved in these elaborate insurance fraud schemes,
The money angle.
having his victims take out policies with him as the beneficiary. It was just a terrifyingly calculated operation, demonstrating a complete lack of human empathy.
The scale of his crimes is truly staggering. While, conservative estimates put his victim count at least 20.
At least 20.
Some sources suggest it could be as high as 200 people.
200, wow.
It makes you wonder about the very nature of that period. While the world celebrated human achievement and progress at the fair, Holmes was diligently pursuing his own chosen horrific task, this dark counterpoint to all the light.
Yeah.
It really highlights the often unseen underbelly of societal advancement, where the most vulnerable can be exploited even in times of supposed triumph.
What's astonishing, too, is that the Chicago police apparently didn't notice anything happening at first.
Hard to believe, almost.
It wasn't until Holmes had actually left Chicago that he was eventually tracked down by a detective from another state, triggered by a massive insurance fraud scheme down in Texas.
So it was the fraud that got him initially.
Yeah. And even when caught, the sources note he managed to keep his unsettling cool. That kind of composure in the face of capture is just, well, chilling doesn't quite cover it.
It speaks to a profound psychological detachment, doesn't it? He didn't operate like a common criminal scrambling to cover his tracks. His calm suggested this deep-seated confidence in his own cunning, maybe even a belief in his immunity. It's a key detail that really underlines the devil in the White City, not some monster hiding in the shadows, but one walking among the crowds, seemingly untouched by conscience.
Okay, let's shift a bit to Erik Larson's craft, because one of the reasons this book is so compelling is his narrative approach.
Yeah.
He presents this historical nonfiction in a very novelistic style,
Absolutely.
imbuing true events with incredible drama. He accomplishes this through just extensive research, drawing from a wealth of diaries, letters, newspapers, and police reports to bring the information to life. How does he manage to make such thoroughly researched history read like a thriller?
Well, he's a master of selective detail and narrative pacing. Larson doesn't just list facts, he curates them. He finds the evocative quotes, the telling anecdotes, the crucial moments of tension, then arranges them with the dramatic arc of a novel. For example, he might spend pages building up the immense pressure on Burnham, letting you feel his anxiety before revealing a small triumph.
Yeah, you feel it with him.
And for Holmes, he uses the verifiable facts to sketch this chilling portrait, leaving just enough room for the reader's imagination to fill in the truly terrifying gaps. That gives it that compelling, yet often unsettling, almost fictional feel.
It truly makes the past come alive.
No.
The book's reception, however, has been quite varied based on the sources you gave us. On the praise side, Janet Maslin of the New York Times called it vivid and lively, praising how Larson gives shape and energy to the odd and amazing events. Many reviewers found it utterly compelling, riveting, and hailed Larson as an amazing historical writer who entertains even as he educates. Clearly, his style resonates with many people.
It certainly does. The consensus from many readers and critics is that Larson unlocks history in a way that's rarely achieved by more academic works. He makes you care about the characters and the stakes, drawing you into the past as if it were the present. The sheer readability is a huge part of its success and why it resonates so widely with audiences who might not typically pick up a history book.
However, there's also been some notable critique. David Traxel, also writing for the New York Times, interestingly, criticized Larson for having little sense of pacing or focus and a kind of grab-bag approach to discussing the exhibition.
Oh, okay. A different take.
Yeah, and he suggested Larson's imaginative touches sometimes go farther than the sources warrant. Malcolm Jones in Newsweek highlighted Larson's own admission in the notes that chapters describing Holmes' murders were merely conjecture built on a handful of facts.
Right. That's a tricky area.
And some readers also felt it read like two separate books thrown together with too high of a disconnect between the Fair story and Holmes's story.
This raises a really important question, I think, for any work of historical nonfiction. Does a writer's skillful ability to make history come to life justify taking liberties with historical certainty? Or is factual rigor always paramount?
Good question.
Larson is praised for making history accessible, but some critics argue that for, academic nonfiction, any conjecture about events, particularly horrifying ones like murder, should be much more clearly delineated to preserve absolute historical accuracy.
Yeah, where's that line?
It's that tension between compelling narrative and verifiable truth, and the critique suggests some felt the balance tipped a bit too far towards narrative, maybe losing some folklore along the way.
It's a fascinating debate within the genre for sure. Regardless of the critique, though, the book's impact is just undeniable. It was a New York Times bestseller back in 2003, a National Book Award finalist, and won an Edgar Award for Best Fact Crime.
Pretty impressive accolades.
Absolutely. It's also seen various adaptations. There was even a ballet, also called The Devil in the White City, which the Chicago Sun-Times named Best Dance of 2011.
Oh, ballet. Wow.
Yeah. And a 2007 National Geographic Channel documentary, Madness in the White City. So the story clearly has this powerful draw across different art forms.
It truly does. I mean, the narrative's inherent drama, that incredible visual contrast between the sparkling white city and Holmes' dark deeds, and the timeless themes of ambition, deception, the human condition, it just makes it ripe for adaptation.
Yeah.
Each iteration brings a new lens to a story that continues to resonate with contemporary audiences.
The journey to a screen adaptation, though, has been quite the winding road.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio purchased film rights all the way back in 2010.
A long time ago.
A very long time. A Hulu series was in development with DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese as executive producers. Keanu Reeves and Todd Field were even attached to star and direct at different points.
Big names involved.
Huge names.
Yeah.
But both exited, and Hulu ultimately dropped the project in March 2023.
Development hell.
Pretty much.
Huh.
However, just this past January 2025, the film adaptation was apparently revived by 20th Century Studios, with Scorsese attached to direct and DiCaprio in talks to star and produce.
So it's back on. Interesting.
It seems this story still has an incredible hold on Hollywood's imagination, doesn't it?
It really does. Persistence pays off, maybe.
Maybe so. So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, our curious listener? We've seen how The Devil in the White City offers this really unique lens on a pivotal moment, showing us an era of astounding progress and these dark undercurrents, all meticulously researched and dramatically presented by Erik Larson. It's a powerful exploration of human ambition and depravity, reminding us of the intricate layers of history.
And this deep dive into the White City, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? As societies strive for grand achievements and put on their brightest displays, how often does a hidden darkness thrive, unseen and unheeded, beneath that veneer of progress?
That's a deep thought.
What does this tell us about the human capacity for both creation and destruction? Even today, in our own seemingly enlightened age, does that shadow always exist alongside the light?
A truly thought-provoking question that definitely lingers long after you finish the book or even just hearing about it. Thank you for providing us with these fascinating sources and allowing us to take this deep dive with you.
Yeah, great sources. Thanks for bringing them.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and we promise more deep dives into incredible stories in the future.